And look who we have here, our great friend Pinocchio. And you want to know why his nose is growing? It is because he is not telling the truth. Our great friend Pinocchio said he read everything Mr. A wrote. But then I read his writing and I noticed he only answered one question, but there were two questions. That was a 20-point quiz grade. The highest our friend scored was a 50%. Please take a look at your post if you are like our great friend Pinocchio, who is not telling the truth. He's not reading and following along. You know, if that happened to you, please don't let that happen again. Obviously, that's a little lighter note with our friend, but it is your grade. And what you need to realize is we're getting into a new quarter and we need to get going with that. So that's soon approaching. What I like to tell you is always double check that, always be truthful with that. And sometimes I do put more than one question. I'm not sure how you can't see it because I see it clearly. I'd like you to do so as well. So today's assignment is twofold. Number one, we're going to continue and finish up the Byzantine Empire notes, and then we're going to have another reflection, and it's going to be a couple questions again. So I'd like you to make sure you answer those truthfully because the note section is pretty brief this time. It's not as long. So jot down the notes. You can do so on the same note sheet or sheets as last time. At the same time, they can be typed as always. I'm happy to do it that way too. Just please be truthful throughout and be detailed. A couple individuals didn't put questions on the left last time. I'd like you to make sure you do so at all times. If you type them, put the question, and then you'll break them up into section. Question notes, question notes. Okay, note sheet is attached here if you need it. Let me share the screen so we can continue. So here's where we left off. So on the left-hand side, you should have had what is a schism. Okay, what is a schism? Or what happened in 1054? So in 1054, a permanent split or a schism occurred between the Orthodox Christian Church in the East and the Roman Catholic Church in the West. So the two of them split. You should have this from last time, but I wanted to begin with that. This is a division, and we're going to talk more about this in 8th grade as well in religion. We'll discuss this split and the impact on the church. Okay. The decline of the Byzantine Empire came with the onset of invading armies. Do you remember, like with Rome, right? How did Rome start to collapse? Well, Rome started to collapse when they kept being encountered time and time again by invaders. Well, how does the Byzantine Empire collapse? They are attacked time and time again by invaders. Invading armies. The final blow comes in 1453, and that has to do with the Ottoman Empire. And all of a sudden, you have this Byzantine Empire that seemed almost indestructible, just like Rome, right, in many ways, decline. So you see that spiral effect that has connected with Rome and also with this great empire as well. So 1053 is when you see that final blow against the Ottoman Empire. A little bit more discussed in the post below too. So the Byzantine, and I'm minimizing this way so I can see it too. The Byzantine Empire wanted to do something for a while. They didn't want to rid Greek or Roman culture. They didn't want to get rid of it. They want to preserve culture from the Greeks, culture from the Romans, and they also strongly influenced the first Russian state. Russia trades with the Byzantine Empire. Byzantine Empire trades with Russia. Through trade, right, as we've learned throughout this whole year, through trade, you have, number one, a tremendous interaction between various societies. And number two, you also have cultures, societies influencing another, whether it be with their goods, their ideas, their beliefs are all of the above and then some. So as Russia trades with Byzantine Empire, the Byzantines influence both Russian and Eastern European development. So as Russia and Eastern European nations are developing, the Byzantine Empire, their way of life, their style, their architectural design starts to influence them too. So similar to how the Byzantine Empire was inspired by Greek and Roman culture, okay, cultures, Russia and Eastern Europe is influenced by Byzantine Empire's culture and beliefs as well. What did the Byzantine Empire provide Russia on the left-hand side? Please write the question, what did the Byzantine Empire provide to Russia on the left-hand side? The Byzantines gave Russia a written language. You'll know that many societies that we've studied did not have a written language. Okay? Think of ancient Egypt, right? When many of you in the hall, right, in the hallway by my classroom, you have your names written, right? You have them written in hieroglyphics. That is not a written language. That involves symbols and involves design. But here's where you have two Byzantine missionaries. Missionaries are basically people who are going around spreading the faith. Think about if you're on a mission. If Melanie and Imani are on a mission to find a basketball in the backfield, right? Their goal, Melanie and Imani's goal, is to find the basketball. That's their mission. They're on a goal, they're on a journey to find this basketball wherever it is rolled to, okay? That's their mission. Well, the mission of the missionaries is to spread the faith. So sometimes, though, when they're spreading the faith, they're going to encounter both positives and negatives that they didn't see coming. So you have a lot of culture and society developing because of these missions. The Byzantine missionaries adopt the Greek alphabet. Okay? And if you take a look on the left, I have it for you. This is an alphabet that is still used in Russia today. So you have these missionaries, Byzantine missionaries, they all of a sudden adapt to the Greek alphabet, as you see here. Now, they're going to influence Russia with this system. Cyrillic alphabet. Cyrillic alphabet is how you would say this. So, the Byzantine Empire, right? Think of this for a moment. Greece, the Greeks inspire the Byzantine Empire with the written language. Okay? The Byzantine Empire inspires Russia with the written language that the Greeks inspire them by. So the Greeks inspire the Byzantine Empire inspires Russia. So you can see this spiral effect of one culture influencing another. What were Byzantine missionaries on the left? What were Byzantine missionaries on the left-hand side? So a few years ago, I went to California and I visited a mission. And the building that I visited, or series of buildings that I visited, is very similar to the one pictured here on the top left. These missions, their goal, okay, these individuals live a great life of simplicity. These missionaries, their goal is not to live a lavish lifestyle, but instead it's to spread the faith with others. California, the state of California, has close to, it's a little under 30 missions. And there are historical sites today that many people, including myself, go to visit. And we're going to get to that too in religion a little bit later. But the goal of these missionaries is they're on a mission. They're on a mission to spread the faith with as many people as they possibly can. And that's what's important for you to realize. The goal is to spread the faith. So the Byzantine missionaries carry Orthodox Christianity to Russia and to other European nations. So the Byzantine Empire is influenced by Orthodox Christianity. I'm not sure if anybody has ever been to an Orthodox church. There's some similarities and some differences with the Catholic Church. It's based on Christianity as well. But all of a sudden, these missionaries are going to inspire Russia and other European nations. So again, the Byzantine Empire being inspired by Orthodox Christianity, and in turn, they inspire Russia and the Eastern European nations in faith. So bringing them deeply rooted to that Orthodox Christian faith. And here's what's interesting too. Many of you will find this interesting. What is a czar on the left? C-Z-A-R. What is a czar on the left-hand side, please? The Byzantine Empire, as you can see, while it fell, while it collapsed here in 1453, its legacy has lived on to influence many to come. The Roman Empire collapsed, but it held a lot longer than other empires of the time period. As I've mentioned before, the founding fathers of this nation were inspired to look at what made Rome prosper, meaning how did Rome grow? How did Rome stay on top for so long? Because the United States would want to make sure they stay strong for so long. At the same time, the United States, the founding fathers in the late 1700s, also wanted to look at what happened to make Rome collapse. Because the last thing we want of this country, the United States, is for Rome to collapse. So that's the United States, to collapse just like Rome. So in a similar way, Russia is going to look at the Byzantine Empire. So another Byzantine influence was on Russia. And that was of an autocratic ruler. Okay? They are czars. They are these, think of Caesar, right? Julius Caesar. These autocratic rulers, they have this supreme authority. Julius Caesar, you'll remember, his greed to be that single ruler of the Roman Empire, to have this complete authority over the empire, which would include his people. It was a rush for power. You have individuals, think of Justinian, who is going to use that rule to try his very best to restore Rome. Of course, we see what worked and what didn't work. But all of a sudden, Russia, you see in the bottom right, is going to be inspired by both Justinian and Julius Caesar before him. What is the influence of the Byzantine Empire on the left-hand side? What is the influence of the Byzantine Empire on the left-hand side? The Byzantine Empire had its influence in the development of history. So the Byzantine Empire didn't last, forever, like other empires didn't last forever, but they have a lasting legacy, lasting influence on history. It emerges right out of the once strong Roman Empire. So the Byzantine Empire, it connects to Rome because it comes right out of this once strong Roman Empire. The Byzantine Empire develops a written set of laws and strongly influences both art and architecture at the time. And through the architecture, you could see a great blend of different cultures and beliefs. Several of you got this wrong in your post. I asked, why did Justinian go ahead and have a written set of laws? Well, guys, what if the rules of our school were not written down? Would you know what they are? No, you wouldn't know what they are. So why did Justinian want to write down the laws? Because he wanted people to know what the laws were and why it was important for them not to break the laws. Okay? Because they will now see the consequences that come when breaking the law or laws. before Justinian, he had a problem here with this. He was basically saying, how can we tell our people to follow a law or series of laws, and our people don't know what they are, and they don't know the consequences that come with them? What are the consequences that come with copying and pasting? With plagiarism, you get a 0. And if we're in school, you would also get suspended. How do we know that? You know that because it's written. It is written in the rule book. Okay? If there are no written laws, you wouldn't know what to follow. One of the rules at our school is you must wear your full uniform at all times. Well, what if Brianna doesn't come in her full school uniform? They're going to get a call home. She's going to have to change. Depending on how she handles it, she may be sent home. How do we know that that's a rule? It's because it's written in our rule book. And before Justinian, you didn't have the rules written down. And he felt to restore Rome, you would need to have written rules. Otherwise, you would have these quote-unquote rules that people just kind of knew through history, broken over and over again. So sometimes unofficial rules. The Byzantine Empire preserved achievements by Rome, Greece, and Persia. So they preserved the Greek, Roman, and Persian achievements. At the same time, they also influenced Russia and Eastern Europe for many, many years to come. What I'd like you to do now is realize that the lasting legacy is a tremendous legacy of faith and of hope and a heavy influence on Christianity and a deep connection to our faith, which we hold very dearly. What I'd like you to do now is take all the notes and staple them and put them together. You do have to complete the reflection post. There's 2 questions again. And the next day we'll have a quiz on all of this. And please be truthful and don't copy and paste like some people have done. But I hope you realize the lasting influence of the Byzantine Empire. I look forward to continue more learning with you now and always. Stay safe, keep moving forward, keep doing your work, and read before you write. Take care.